When John Wick loads his gun in silence, what you're really hearing is the sound of a man processing grief the only way he knows how, through control. Behind the bullets and blood lies something deeper, the story of every man told to stay strong while breaking inside. In this video, we'll uncover how John Wick's world mirrors a real-world mental health crisis, the one too many men are living in silence. Psychologists call it sense-making, the process by which humans interpret reality. In the CIA, it's used to decode loyalty. In life, it decides how we survive. Wick's sense-making begins with loss. His wife's death shatters the only safe world he knew. His instinct, avoidance, the first phase. Like many men, he retreats into silence, interpreting pain as weakness. Society trains men to suppress rather than express, to win every internal battle by pretending it doesn't exist. Each suppressed emotion becomes another bullet in the chamber, locked, loaded. When grief turns into discipline, the body pays the price. Neuropsychology shows that suppression spikes cortisol and alters heart rhythms, the same biochemical response seen in soldiers with PTSD. John Wick's control isn't calm, it's hyper-arousal. His precision, his silence, his ritual cleaning of weapons, all coping mechanisms against chaos. Studies from the World Health Organization reveal that men are 4 times more likely to die by suicide, yet half as likely to seek therapy. Wick becomes a symbol of that imbalance. His body, a fortress. His mind, a war zone. Masculinity once meant endurance. Now it's often confused with emotional starvation. True strength is adaptability, the ability to bend, not break. But Wick, like many men, was taught that bending is betrayal. Each act of violence becomes a language of avoidance. Instead of crying, he reloads. Instead of speaking, he strikes. Neuroscientists have found that emotional pain activates the same neural pathways as physical injury. So every punch he throws is both expression and denial. Proof that men can hurt loudly, yet still never be heard. In the high table universe, every relationship is transactional, ruled by debt, markers, and blood oaths. It's a perfect metaphor for how men often build friendships under the shadow of obligation rather than intimacy. Wick's bonds are forged through violence, not vulnerability. The psychology of reciprocity, one of Cialdini's key influence principles, shows how debt can trap the mind. The more you owe, the less free you feel. Wick's endless cycle of vengeance is the same loop many men fall into. Repay loyalty, suppress emotion, repeat. It's not brotherhood, it's burnout disguised as duty. Outside the screen, the statistics are staggering. In the 2020s, 1 in 3 men under 35 report having no close friends. Digital connection has replaced physical presence. Scrolling has replaced sharing. Wick's solitary apartment, his wordless routine, they're not fiction, they're reflection. Men are working longer hours, talking less, and medicating more. Chronic loneliness now shows up in brain scans the same way physical pain does. The assassin's suit, the polished armor, these are metaphors for the emotional armor real men wear to survive a culture that punishes softness. But cracks are forming in that armor across the world. Men's therapy groups, veteran circles, and online mental health communities are rewriting the script. Here, vulnerability isn't failure, it's recovery. Imagine if John Wick had spoken to someone before the first gunshot. What if, instead of vengeance, he'd chosen vulnerability? That's the new revolution of masculinity, moving from avoidance to acknowledgement, from isolation to integration. Modern strength isn't silence, it's self-awareness. The real enemy isn't the high table, it's the belief that to be strong, a man must be alone. Every man fighting in silence is living Wick's story without the choreography. But healing begins when the script changes, when men start seeing connection not as risk but as refuge. The fight isn't over honor anymore, it's over humanity. Strength isn't how much pain you can hide, it's how much truth you can hold. If this message resonates, share it with someone who hides behind their own armor, because silence may feel safe, but connection saves. Wick's world is fiction, but the loneliness isn't. And maybe the bravest act a man can do is finally put down the